Welcome back to the Lenten Lessons on the Mass. My name is Father Rocky at Relevant Radio, and I'm happy to walk you through the Mass step by step, day by day. I hope you're learning a lot. I'm glad I have a chance to teach you. So far, we're in the liturgy of the Word at the Mass, and we started the Mass standing up, and then we sat down for the first reading, and then we stood up for the Gospel, and now we're sitting down again for the homily. Don't worry, we're going to stand up later, we're going to kneel, and we're going to sit another time. All of that change in posture keeps us alert because the Mass requires a real effort to pay attention. So if you really want to get the most out of Mass, I suggest you get there early and sit in the front pew so you have no distractions. That's how I get a lot out of Mass. Now, I want to tell you about what comes after the Gospel, and that's the homily. H-O-M-I-L-Y. It's also known as a sermon, and it's the time when the priest or the deacon gets to teach the people or explain things from the gospel that they just read. The homily should be about sacred and holy items. As much as I would like to tell you about sports, I need to tell you about Jesus because that's my job as a priest, is to preach the good news. Now, the homily is obligatory on holy days of obligation. That's like Christmas and All Saints' Day and the Assumption of the Blessed Mother. And on Sundays and holy days of obligation. But on weekdays, it's not obligatory, but it's recommended. Now, my personal sense is, at least in this country, a weekday Mass should not be longer than 30 minutes, and a Sunday Mass should not be more than 60 minutes. And so the homily on a weekday Mass should be somewhere between 3 and 5 minutes, and on a weekend, somewhere between 8 and 10 minutes. If the priest wants to go longer, it better be good, because the time to stop preaching is when people are looking around and they're yawning. So the homily has to connect with people. Personally, I love to preach, but I know that if I work hard on my homily, I can get all the important things said in fewer words than more words. I like to tell stories about Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I like to tell stories about the saints. I like to tell stories about miracles, big or small, that we heard of that week. And I also like to explain simple things about our faith that people might not know about. And that's why I do these Lenten lessons on the Mass. And people really like to learn something about their faith. So stay tuned for more of these Lenten lessons on the Mass as we continue to move through the liturgy of the Word, and soon we'll get to the liturgy of the Eucharist.